21st?
Well, basically, they said it was the end of the fifth age, and this is the end of the fifth age. And what basically the theory is, at every age, it's ended in cataclysm, and a pole shift is imminent. And also, why would the government start building huge underground bases in Denver?
Well, because we know why. Because it's all designed around a Russian or Chinese nuclear attack, because they're busy rolling weapons systems in and around Russia and China and trying to pick a nuclear war with them. Joel Skousen breaks that down in the new film, Strategic Relocation.
Right. Well, in my opinion, real strategic relocation right now, I mean, 23 days away from the actual pole shift, if you believe in it. Right now, I would relocate away from the coastal
I know. There's people that say there's going to be water all the way up to the Rocky Mountains, up to Denver, and I just, you know what? I'm staying right here. And I bet you money I'm going to be on air December 21st, December 22nd. Normally, I would take off that entire week because I've promised my wife. There's always some reason I end up working in and around holidays. But my children are growing up, and I'm hardly knowing them some of the time. But I'm going to end up doing the 21st, 22nd, probably even the 23rd, because I'm going to predict now, when the world doesn't end December 21st, people are going to say, the calculations, you heard it here first, are that the Gregorian calendar was off 3 days. It's now the 24th. We're all dead on the 24th. Run for the hills. And then when that doesn't happen, it was off a week. And so there'll be months of imminent destruction. Meanwhile, they're putting cancer viruses in the vaccines. Meanwhile, they're killing us. And diabetes is up 3,000%. Cancer almost 3,000%. Pediatric cancer 10,000%. Breast cancer leading the world. Total police state, New World Order takeover. But it's always just something over the hill. And look, Adrian, I'm not saying you're bad to think maybe this is coming. Maybe it is. Maybe we're all dead. So what are you going to do in your last 23 days before pole shift and, mountains being thrust up 10,000 feet and liquid magma spewing out and Keebler elves running around vampirically drinking blood, dogs and cats living together, possums flapping with pink wings? What are you going to do?
Well, the actual prediction is that the 9 gods with lowercase g would return, including Kukulkan. And, well, there's a lot of things we don't know about their history.
That scares the...
Actually, their Mayan calendar there, the way they used to... the Mayan year was actually more accurate than the atomic clock.
I understand that. So listen, let me just ask you this question. So if it's not the 21st, are you going to call me back on the 22nd?
I am. Actually, I wanted to know if you're going to do an end-of-the-world show and go down with the ship with us,
Yeah, like Woody Harrelson at the end of 2012 when everybody's dying. He's like reporting as the fireballs come towards him. All right, I appreciate you joining us, sir. Thank you. I just, what? There could be an end to world if unexpected data from Large Hadron Collider suggests the collision may be producing a new type of matter, and they go on in physics.com. It's admitted that a lot of physicists say it could destroy the Earth with strangelets and other things it can create. If you don't know what a strangelet is, have you seen the newest Star Trek? I'm not really a Star Trek fan because it's so ridiculous. I mean, I like the old Star Trek because it's so funny. I actually kind of like Captain Kirk. Let's be honest. I kind of worship Captain Kirk a little bit sometimes, and it's not right because it's so cheesy. But the kind of newer stuff takes itself too seriously, so it's just cheesiness that takes itself serious, not funny. Cheesiness that doesn't take itself serious, very funny, especially when Captain Kirk, a.k.a. William Shatner, covers it. But the new one is very accurate, where they have that antimatter strangelet, and they put it in the center of Vulcan, and it sucks in. That's actually what it would look like. If they create one of these particles, it will fall to the center of the Earth, and depending on the type of particle size or what it does, it may take a minute, it may take a week. It'll start doubling in size and pulling matter into it. A black hole will form. And then by the time we notice an earthquake, we'll be gone like that. And then the globalists won't get to act trendy anymore and go to events and give each other awards and act powerful. So that wouldn't be very much fun, would it? Who's up next here? Tim in Washington, you're on the air. Go ahead.
How's it going, Alex?
Pretty good, sir.
I've been wargaming in my mind to figure out what would happen if stuff really did hit the fan. And I was kind of curious, is there a sheriff or is there a precedent in America where local citizens, everyday citizens without training could be deputized to fight back, say, a UN invasion?
Yeah, it's called civil defense, which is based under the militia, and we had to delay it because you used some profanity there. We didn't edit that guy, but we had to cut out a few seconds because what he said. And yeah, there's basically your answer. I mean, just educate the people on the subject of liberty, and tyranny will vanish like phantoms at dawn. Thomas Jefferson. Bill in Wisconsin, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
Intriguing interview with John McAfee.
Yeah, what'd you think of that?
Still a U.S. citizen. Yeah, if he's still a U.S. citizen, has he, for this latest alleged murder, why hasn't he gone to the U.S. consulate or asked the U.S. government for intervention? I
don't know if he can get there. He's pretty much hiding out in the woods, running around from house to house. But I don't know the details of it, but that's what he's basically described on his blog. But I should have asked him that question. That's a good question.
Yes, absolutely. And that's all I had.
I mean, he probably doesn't trust the U.S. consulate. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. The government down there is corrupt, but we have a corrupt one up here,
Let me ask you this question. What do you think about him? I mean, he's obviously eccentric, but, I mean, do you think he did it?
No, he's totally telling the truth. I believe that. And later on, I'm going to run that audio of that interview on our layered voice analysis technology, and I'm going to prove that he's telling the truth.
Very interesting. All right. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We take you out with Red Buttons. If I was an Easter Bunny. Stay with us.
I answered, don't blame me. Ho, ho. He.
Alex Jones here with a message that could revolutionize health in this country. Going back about a year and a half ago, I began to learn about the incredible health effects of longevity products. Aaron Dykes lost 92 pounds. We're going to show you some before and afters. Aaron, break down what happened, your story.
I've worked really hard with diet and exercise to try to lose weight, but I just didn't get the results. It just didn't happen. Then I saw what you were doing with InfoWarsTeam.com. I wasn't even trying to lose weight, but I got it because I wanted to feel better energy. I wanted that nutrition. Didn't even understand how that could kickstart my own weight loss goals, but the products did that for me. I found myself suddenly losing weight, more energetic, wanting to exercise, wanting to eat the right foods.
And they don't even advertise it as weight loss. I want to challenge our radio listeners to go to InfoWarsTeam.com, sign up as a distributor, and get wholesale pricing discounts at InfoWarsTeam.com.
When natural disasters strike and the water supply is shut off, you won't panic because you have a CWR emergency water filter. CWR Environmental has been supplying emergency water filters worldwide for over 25 years. The difference? CWR emergency water filters are portable, easy to set up, and exceptional at removing bacteria, parasites, sediment, and many harmful contaminants, including chlorine and harmful microorganisms. Plus, they are NSF certified to assure performance. CWR emergency water filters can produce thousands of gallons of safe drinking water from any water source and come with a 5-year warranty and money-back guarantee. For a limited time, the filters are specially priced with free shipping. Call now. 800-444-3563. That's 800-444-3563. Or go to CWRsurvival.com. That's CWRsurvival.com. CWR Emergency Water Filters. Drinking water you can trust for when you need it most. CWRsurvival.com.
Hello, this is Ty Bollinger, author of the best-selling book, Cancer, Step Outside the Box. I want you to know some very important information. In 1985, President Ronald Reagan requested that Carnivora be sent directly to the White House at a time when only the president could obtain this world-class healer. Now, 27 years later, Carnivora capsules are used around the world to keep people healthy. Now you can protect yourself and your loved ones in this age of superbugs with 17 naturally occurring compounds that instinctively respond to abnormal cells only without harming a single normal cell. If you want to stay healthy, now's your chance to literally wake up your critical immune cells to attack harmful invaders that don't belong in your body. Call 1-866-VENUS-FLY or order from carnivora.com. That's CARNIVORA.com. That's 1-866-836-8735, 1-866-VENUS-FLY, or visit carnivora.com. Protect your immune system. It's the only one you've got.
to be so nice to the bureaucrats, telling us we were racist and we were scums. We didn't want to give them all our money. But now that we figured out they're a bunch of authoritarian criminals, it's just time to tell them that, hey, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah, I got no friends because they read the papers with me. Feeling mean. No more. Welcome back. Look at this headline by Kurt Nimmo up at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. FERC chairman dubs 22 rifles terrorist weapons. That's right. The chairman of the U.S. Federal Energy Regulatory Commission has provided aspiring terrorists with an idea. Use a .22 rifle to take out power transformers. And that's John Wellinghoff at the Bloomberg government breakfast in Washington. I don't think we have the level of physical security we need. And he goes, all al-Qaeda miscreant, you mean people that work for the globalist, could get 200 yards away with a .22 rifle, could take down the power grid. Oh, so hype that up. Well, we got to take guns because they could bring down the power grid with them. Mr. Wellington did not provide any explanation of why over the last decade the terrorist group has not targeted the power grid of the United States. Maybe because it's totally manufactured and too busy taking down governments for the globalist. But he has now created the anti-gun scare with the Bloomberg breakfast, calling for needed solutions to be introduced, which goes on the link calling for restrictions to the Second Amendment. That's kind of a pure news article Kurt wrote. He might want to, Kurt's in there, he's right through the hall, right through that door. We might want to add something that the solutions are going after those evil guns, because that's what they say there. Yeah, so, the terrorists, they're everywhere. We've got to do something right now. Now, I mentioned this earlier. I don't think that passing through the galactic plane, whether that's true or not, or, any of this stuff, or the winged serpent that they had to sacrifice, little kids to, or the sun wouldn't come back. I just really don't put much stock in what the Mayans say. And I've been attacked a lot for not thinking the world's going to end December 21st. But I will be here live on that Friday, and I will be live that Sunday, because still we'll be hearing, of course, that it's still the end of the world, and I just haven't recognized it yet. So we will be covering that ad nauseum. But if you go to Infowars.com, we can punch up my screen. I'll show people this. Experts to study whether robots will exterminate humanity. And in the big university study that is taking place at Cambridge, they're mainly looking at extinction events from rise of the machines, because machines, their AI are being designed or they're building towards it from a military perspective. And so the concern here is that they'll be a military in nature and decide to just get rid of humanity. You know what? I don't see that as the greatest threat. I see globalist technocrats in control of automated ground, sea, and air drone robots will be able to attack humanity and run false flags and say people hacked the machines or run attacks themselves, and it won't be a military refusing gun confiscation because the robots won't say no. And again, if you go to this article that's up at Infowars.com, I would say the big threat is Hadron superconducting supercollider, because they admit that it is a possibility it could cause things a lot bigger than large hydrogen explosions. And the government's admission of developing antimatter weapons, which remain classified, but they admit they've developed, and also bioweapons and things like that. I think that's some of the biggest threats we face. See you on the Nightly News tonight, 7 o'clock Central. PrisonPlanet.tv.
Thank you for listening to GCN.
10 memberships, price of one right now.
GCNlive.com.
Give them to everybody you know.
today.
Sick of the globalist eugenicist control freaks adding poison to your water and laughing as you get sick and die? Start purifying your water with ProPure. My friends, I've done a lot of research, and the best gravity filter out there, bar none, is ProPure. And it's available discounted at Infowars.